Hey there! Fall is already here, and with it, a feeling of warmth and coziness that has taken over the pages of my November. At first, I was at a loss about what to do for this month, but with a little help from Instagram, ideas started rolling, and so I ended up with a whimsical world filled with cozy animals wearing sweaters. After weeks of not being able to really draw, my hand healed and I was so ready that I didn't do anything else besides drawing. No washi tape or stickers needed. I really miss doing it all by hand, and I love the result. I thought of all the animals I love, and I even ended up drawing a very particular one that often goes unnoticed because usually people don't like her. Let's see what you think of my version of it. I think she's the cutest one. I found this lovely quote on Instagram. It seems to be from a fairy tale, but what I love most about it is how well it evokes endings and beginnings. It reads, "And the sun took a step back, the leaves lulled themselves to sleep, and autumn was awakened." Many think of fall as the time when everything ends, when in actuality, trees are just getting ready to start again. The thing is, and I will get a little bit technical here, in spring and summer, leaves convert sunlight into energy in a process we all know as photosynthesis. During that process, the trees lose a lot of water, so much that when winter arrives, they are no longer able to get enough water to replace it. So during fall, leaves fall off of them so that they can survive. In the process, they are not dormant. They are actively pushing the leaves off so that the tree can survive the winter and grow new leaves in the spring. I think that this unending cycle could fittingly represent the many battles that all of us have. Many are unseen or underrated in the eyes of others. They might even think we're finished, and yet we know better. Only we know all the process we go through, the sacrifices or the pain, the laughter or the tears. All that is implied in the way that life prepares us for a new stage, making us grow and mature so that we can keep on going and grow new leaves, so as to say, and then we can be ready for whatever tomorrow brings. In a nutshell, every ending signals a new beginning. So that's just one of the many beautiful things that I love about fall. There are, of course, pumpkin pies and amazing landscapes that paint themselves with warm, earthy tones. And by the way, I have only seen those colors on movies or documentaries. I have always lived in cities where fall does not brag with colors. So someday I will travel to the northern hemisphere where I am sure my eyes will tear up with fall's beauty. And now I will talk a little bit about the actual setup. For the color palette, I knew that I wanted orange, brown, and a mint color. I usually have some swatches in mind, but then I start trying the tools that I have, in this case the markers, so that I can find my 5 accent colors. For this theme, there was such a variety of animals and food that I ended up using more than 5, but I try to keep them within the same tone and warmth. As for the technique, you might know how much I love this one. I simply draw over a plastic card and then I add some water with a brush. Ever since I found I could use markers as watercolors, I became obsessed with it. And since it is such an easy technique, I wanted to use it as a comeback after my hand had been so inactive. I would say it's the perfect technique for those who want to try watercolors but don't actually own a proper watercolor palette. Everybody has markers at home, and you can start getting familiar with how the pigments react when wet and how adding more or less water changes the hue. In the end, I spent a whole day setting this up, and that day I had a migraine. But somehow, painting just helps me. I push through the pain and kind of forget about it. And with a theme like this, that was so relaxing, I just couldn't stop. I had my cinnamon tea, a lit candle, soft music, and even the weather was unusually cool. So the setting was perfect to connect to the fall mood. Let me know what you love most about fall. And for now, I will leave you with the background music as I draw the rest of this lovely setup. And here's the final flip through. The pages are completely filled with soft colors that invite nothing but tranquility, calmness, and happy smiles. Perfect for the month that awaits new beginnings. I hope that it inspired you as much as it inspired me. And I also hope that no matter what ending you are going through, that you find the strength and motivation to start again with new goals and new horizons to explore. And as usual, thank you so much for watching.